Hey guys, there are two magical things that we all experience every single day. Every single person has these two magical things happening every day. The first is that we all get credited. In fact, we get blessed with 24 hours per day. The second thing, and this applies to most people, is that we get the free will for what to do with those 24 hours. So you've got 24 hours per day being credited to you, which is an incredible life blessing and asset. And you have the free will for most people on what to do with those 24 hours. Now I'm sharing that because last week we made a video about asking our community, is following your dreams worth it? The vast majority of people who commented said, yeah, yes, you should follow your dreams because, it really keeps you motivated and all this stuff. But I bet you, if I surveyed most of those people and asked them, how is that side hustle you're working on going? How is it going with that side hustle? Most people would say, I cannot find time for my side hustle. In fact, I get this one excuse coming up so many times that if I'm being very frank, it's actually really, really frustrating that we get 24 hours per day, but somehow we can't find 1 hour or 2 hours in 24 hours per day to work on our side hustles. So I really want to just talk about that today and challenge that question of how do I find time for my side hustle by rephrasing that and saying, actually, the real question should be, how should you keep time for your side hustles? A bit like you getting paid your salary every single day. The challenge with money is keeping your money. You get credited 24 hours per day. And the real challenge is how should you keep a portion of your 24 hours in order to reinvest it in helping you create your dream life. I'm exploring this around this time of year because we're about to go into a new year very soon, and many people will be kicking themselves or maybe even writing off this year entirely saying, I haven't achieved anything, I haven't done anything, and they'll blame something much bigger. They'll blame the big thing we've all been having through the world this year, when in actual fact there are many other people who also get the same 24 hours credited to them, but they've been kicking, they've been smashing it, doing so many things and made things happen this very year. They didn't invent some excuse, they kept a portion of their daily blessing, their 24 hours to make things happen. So I'm going to share with you today 3 tips. They're super practical, very straightforward. In fact, they're so practical that if you applied them from today, you'll be blown away with how much free time you suddenly have in your life. And then my question then becomes to you, will you invent a new excuse for how you can't find the time supposedly, or will you use that free time you found to reinvest it in a side hustle, into a side project or whatever to help you make some extra money and help you accelerate your goals a lot faster? My name's Ken of the Humble Penny and Financial Joy Academy. What we do on this channel is to give you guys the tips, the insights, the practical hacks to help you work towards a dream life of financial independence and money joy. As you're watching this video, I'd love to ask you a favor. We put a ton of effort into making our videos here on YouTube. I'd love for you to please make sure you hit the subscribe button because that really helps us to keep growing. And the more we grow, the more we can reach more people and help them move forward as well. If you're really enjoying this video, please make sure you hit the like button because that really helps the algorithm to really promote our videos and get it in front of many more people than we might be able to do ordinarily. All right, let's dive in now and explore this subject of how you can find the time. Actually, I was just joking, how you can keep some of your time in order to help you move your side hustle forward. All right, so the first tip, and you're gonna love this one, it's so simple that we all ignore it. The first tip is to switch your phone off. I told you it was that simple. Now, this one's so good because I can tell you right now that there's no time when I want to make a YouTube video, or I want to write a blog post, or I want to show up for a podcast, or I want to do anything I want to do, there's no time I want to do them, that by switching my phone off, that I do not achieve my outcome. It's that simple. The simplicity of switching your phone off is that you just don't get distracted. Nobody can reach you. And that's really what you need, that silence, to have that deep work. If you've not read that book, check the book out. Have that deep work for you to focus and actually get the work done. For you to find those 2 hours. We are literally the most distracted generation of all time. Literally of all time. Because of those smartphones, we're either scrolling on Instagram or we're in like multiple WhatsApp groups with like people just dropping us messages whenever they want. Imagine like, it's like many people essentially have megaphones and they just speak into your life whenever they want. And the real thing about time, and this is the thing that many people don't talk about, is that time, it's not about finding time, it's really about self-control. Because being able to keep your time is really about you being able to understand and manage the self, okay? And switching off your phone is one guaranteed way to make sure that you do not get distracted, but you actually literally get the work done. You show up, you put the time in, and you get the work done. All right, so the second practical tip is to find the time wasters. Right, let me explain what I mean here, right? You're probably thinking, what is he talking about? Have you ever asked yourself, right, over the last 7 days, and I was credited 24 hours per day, where did those 24 hours per day times 7, where did they all go over the last 7 days? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Because if you've never asked yourself that question, then you clearly cannot have self-control, right? Because you can't win back your time. But if you begin to ask yourself that question, then the next question should be, how do I find where I've spent my time? And the thing I recommend to you practically is for you to download for yourself a time tracker. Okay, so now you can't go back and start to look at what's happened in the last 7 days because you haven't tracked your time, but you can start today and track the next 7 days. Okay, and what we're doing here is to find the time wasters, the time invaders, the things that show up and creep into your life and sneak in, and somehow they are eating away at your time. They're chipping away at your time, but somehow you let it happen. You let it happen. And the result of that is that you end up saying, using the language that a lot of people use, which is, I can't find the time. When in actual fact, the issue is not them finding the time. The issue is with them not fighting to keep their time. So practicalities here. Download an app. I use one called Toggle, Toggl. You can download that if you want. It's a free app. There are many others. Something else you could get is a timesheet app, just to check where you are allocating your time. So essentially, whenever you want to do something, whether it's you going to your work, whether it's you traveling, whatever it is, just turn it on. Just literally turn it on and say, yep, I'm driving, turn on. Or I'm working on my side hustle, turn on. And it tracks your time. And then at the end of a week, it gives you a chart saying, this is where you've been spending that blessing of 24 hours per day. The beauty of what that does is it then helps you literally go, oh, there is the imposter. There's the thing taking up all my time. It will be so glaringly obvious that these are the things that you need to stop wasting your time on. And this is how you then start to begin the battle of fighting the resistance, fighting the things that are essentially eating away at your time every single week and stopping you finding the time for your side hustles and your dreams. The third tip is slightly unusual, and it's to turn your intentions into a definite plan. Okay, let me explain what I mean. So I had many times in the past, many years ago, when I'd feel like I want to get certain things done. I'd have all the good intentions in the world. Oh, tomorrow morning when I wake up, I will hope to do this. Or, the day after, I hope to do that. But it wasn't until I realized, and this is so simple, but you could miss it. It's so simple you can miss it. That I did not connect my intention, the things I want to do, with my calendar. The thing that dictates what I should be spending my time on. Do you get it? So I did not connect those two, which meant that I was not being driven by a plan. Yeah. So the way to almost win back your time and retain your time to reinvest into your side hustles, begin to ask yourself, okay, I'm going to wake up, say, tomorrow morning. Like, we wake up at 5 a.m. every day to meet our dream makers for our 5 a.m. club. What we teach them is decide the day before what you're going to be doing at 5 a.m. What are you going to be working on? Because guess what that does? When you decide what you're going to be doing the next day and you diarize it, you're no longer messing about like the vast majority of people out there who have intentions and don't have a plan. You actually put it in there. Now, the bit about self-control is, will you show up for the appointment? Will you show up? You've put it in your diary, but will you show up for the appointment? This is what self-control is about. It's about building that muscle to retain what's yours in many ways and help yourself by doing that move forward. So essentially my tip here is download for yourself a good calendar app. I use Google Calendar. It's free. And the beauty is simply say to yourself, what are my intentions? And I'm going to diarize those intentions and turn them into a plan, turn them into an appointment. And I'm going to fight the resistance. What's the resistance? The resistance is, hey, would you like to come to a free Zoom webinar? Would you like to come? It's free. Here's the link. And of course, this is where the real question comes in. What you should be doing is looking at your calendar and asking yourself, do I have the time for that in my diary? Yeah. And even if you did, should you say a yes to that? Or should you say what most people choose not to do, which is a polite no? Yeah. And the more you do that, the more you find yourself winning back your time. Yeah. Retaining what's yours and reinvesting that time in your side hustle. So there you have it, guys. I hope you've really enjoyed those super practical things that you can start today. The real question is, will you do it? Will you actually invest a tiny bit of time to explore these 3 ideas I've shared today in order for you to create a much better outcome for your side hustles for the future? I really hope you've enjoyed this video today. If you really enjoyed, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What are the time invaders that steal some of your time every day? What are the common time invaders? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know if we can see some commonalities. I can bet you, I don't want to say them, I don't want to say what the time invaders are, but I will bet you that we will see a trend in the comments. So let me know in the comments, what do you believe is eating away at your time? It'd be really intriguing to look in the comments and see if we spot a trend. If you've really enjoyed this video, it's very candid. I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button. Come on, support the Humble Penny. We put a ton of effort into this channel and really to help you move forward. We share what's working because we want you to win. So please make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you really enjoyed this video as well, hit the like button. Show some love to our channel. All of that stuff just helps us. And don't forget to comment as well. The comments just show good engagement for our channel, and that and all the other really fun and kind things you do for us by watching our videos really help us to move forward here and help many more people here at the Humble Penny. Well, thank you so much for watching today, for joining me. And as ever, in all things, be thankful and seek joy. Take care and bye for now.